How's it going, boys and girls? Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I am tired of looking at these Tokay cages and how they look right now, and I want to make them look a little nicer. Look around while we transform these cages from looking pretty nice to pretty good nice. Let's get into it. Say this is an official Project Jungle build. We're not doing background, we're not doing live plants, any of that. However, I am going to do some similar stuff. I'm going to be adding more substrate, leaf litter, cleanup crew. I'm tired of cleaning up this Tokay poop. They poop so much. It's going to take a lot of cleanup crew, but once it gets established and going, I'm not going to have to deal with it anymore. I just want to build up something a little cooler. It just kind of looks like sticks. This one looks okay, but when you start looking at like the lower sections, it doesn't look as nice. I want to add a couple more stuff. So that is what we are going to be doing today. First, we gotta clean up the poop. This is like, I gotta clean this up like 2 or 3 times a week. They just poop so much, it's ridiculous. Luckily, they are kind enough to me to poop at the very edge of this door, so I pretty much just have to open up and sweep it up, and I'm kind of good to go, so let's do that. Step 2, deconstruction. We're going to take everything out because I want to add more substrate and then some leaf litter and then eventually the cleanup crew as well. And that's going to be a little difficult to do with all these branches, sticks, cork, and that giant thing of pothos in there. So we're going to take them all out. We'll do 2 at a time, so we'll start with these 2 and then we'll end with those 2 a little bit later. Let's go. Hey, yo! New eggs, my dudes. Yo, that's fucking awesome. Looks like they were just freshly laid too. They still they look a little bit wet and squishy, so we're gonna be very careful with these and not toss them around like I just did everything else, because we want to make sure that these bad boys hatch. Once again, that's for my Green Galaxy pair. Those guys have been the most prolific so far. I believe this is their third or fourth clutch of the year, so super awesome to see. That was pretty cool. Cool stuff, but we gotta move on. Step number 3, more substrate. I got a giant thing of our bioactive substrate mix right underneath me, so we're just gonna go ahead and pour this all in, and then we'll move on to the next one. Now that we've got some of these bad boys done, let's say we open up this little compartment right here and oh! Well, that's where all my magic mind bottles went from. What a coincidence! Didn't even... Wow! Just like in today's video, how we're trying to make our Tokay Gecko's lives better, I too am trying to make my life better. Take any little upper hand and bippity bop up as I can, which is how I'm trying Magic Mind now. As you boys know, Old Dakota's been having some health issues and not feeling too great with them, so when this company reached out to me, I figured, you know what? What the heck? What's the worst that could happen? Worst comes to worst, it doesn't do anything. Best comes to best, it helps me out a little bit. And you know what? It might have helped me out a little bit. No, I have a lot on my plate every single day, including making YouTube videos, caring for over 200 animals, posting on the YouTubes, the TikTok, the Facebook, the Instagram, my second Instagram account that's pictures only, taking breeders, taking care of eggs, having a relationship, lifting big iron, and everything in between. These things I am juggling on a day-to-day basis, which means I need to be sharp, I need to be focused, and I need to not have insomnia. Funny enough, since I am like trying to get into bodybuilding and stuff, I already do take some of the supplements that these guys have, so I'm familiar with some of these stuff, such as the number 1 ashwagandha. I already started using that to try to help me sleep a little bit, stay a little bit sharper, get my stress levels a little bit down. So it's cool to see like stuff and supplements I was already taking is actually in here. Self a little bit of money, because now I just have to take this shot instead of buying bottles of pills and then this as well, you know what I'm saying? And I've been using this little thing. They gave me a lot of them, so I've been taking them daily for like 7-8 days now, somewhere like that. And I think I have noticed a little bit of an improvement. I think the biggest thing going on right here because of that is going to be the variety of vitamins and healthy stuff they have in there. I'll be honest, my diet is trash. Even with bodybuilding, I'm really just focusing on protein, however I can get that protein into my system. So not the best diet still. And so I do think with this stuff, it's just getting those vitamins that I probably do need and just aren't getting in my regular food. It's really giving me that upper hand, making me feel a little bit better and just a little more dialed in. yeah, nifty little focus power shot. Just gotta slurp it back once in the morning. It's this little tiny 2-ounce bottles. I mean, it's just like a thing, and then you're good to go. That's some good stuff. Nootropics, the ashwagandha, which I like to see, stuff like that. Also about this is they have a money-back guarantee, so if you're not feeling this and you're not getting an effect, you can just get a refund and they'll 100% refund your money back, which is a pretty solid thing, pretty solid deal if I say so myself. If you guys want to try this out for yourself, check out the link I have down in the description or the pinned comment down there, or you can simply just use my code EXOTICS20. You get 56% off your first subscription for the first 10 days. Absolutely exciting. Cool little bottle, cool little thing, and now let's get back to the Tokays. Alrighty, more substrate set. There's probably about, I want to say somewhere around 2 inches in there, depending on where you are. The back's a little bit more, and then it slopes off. I don't like using the little substrate shield that comes with these, just because it leaves a gap that the crickets love to go in. So then you're gonna have a bunch of crickets like right at the door in between, like sandwiched like this, and they jump out. Huge pain in the butt. Not doing that right now. So it's a little slope, so it's small down here, and then it just gradually gets larger and larger as you go further back in the enclosure. I don't know why I'm explaining. What we gotta do is making this bad boy look pretty. So we got some more cork. I am gonna add a large cork round in here, so maybe they stop hiding inside these little things right here and just kind of venture out a little more is really what I'm trying to do with this new little reconfiguration of the enclosure. Now that's what I call a nice cluttered enclosure. Very nice, very fancy. I'm already getting very sweaty doing this. 1 down, 3 more to go. Let's do the next one. Alright, these are looking pretty sick now. I really like the layout of these. I mean, not much has been, really it's just these giant cork logs, the cork hides, whatever, cork rounds, that's the word I'm thinking of, that really make it like pop. They really got a thing. I'm hoping that they're going to utilize these a little bit more. Absolutely fantastic seeing a new egg clutch. I just don't want them to hide. Honestly, maybe at some point in time, I might get rid of these. I'm not going to do it right now, but maybe towards the end of the year, I'll get rid of them because I really just don't like them hiding in it 24/7. But hopefully with these new areas, we can get them to hide in other places. Now it's a little bit more cluttered. It's not just open space, so they only feel like they can hide inside these pipes. They have a lot more hiding opportunity now, which I think overall will just be better for the Tokay. 2 down, halfway done. Now we just gotta completely do the other 2 ones that we had down there. So let's get that started. Do the little down transition. Good now. It's looking pretty good. All right, give everything a nice misting. I'm gonna clean the doors off because they're already looking a little dirty and streaky. Then we'll be adding the cleanup crew and we can finally wrap this video up. In order to make this a bioactive enclosure, we're going to need the cleanup crew. For this, I have a little bit of my springtails of my own personal colony, and then we're going to be using the pea scabers, the Spanish orange isopods for these ones, just because these are what I have the most out of right now. The springtails, I'm only going to do this much at a time. I put quite a few in the lychee enclosure that we did, and a month later, I mean, they're like swarming that soil. It's incredible how much they are. So a little bit goes a long way, even if it takes a little bit longer and I still have to do a little bit of just dry cleaning or hand picking, getting poop out, then that's not really an issue as long as they get there eventually. It's that easy. Next up are going to be the isopods. Same kind of thing. I'm just going to put a couple in there. And even if I got to, again, pick up the poop for a little bit, it's not that problem. I just don't want to put a lot of isopods in there, especially since I sell isopods now. That's less money that Dakota's making for geckos. It's, you know, the work to money ratio, it doesn't compute. I'd rather put a little bit less and pick up poop a little bit longer than old Dakota not making more money. Mr. Krabs in this scenario. What the fuck am I doing? There you have it, boys and girls. While we don't have the fancy backgrounds like we do on these cages over here, I still think it looks a hell of a lot better than it used to. And not only that, but after a couple of months, I won't have to be cleaning Tokay poop up anymore, and that right there made it all worth it. Shout out to Magic Mind, boys and girls. If you guys, once again, you know, down in the description, down in the pinned comment, all of that good stuff. If you guys wanted to see some more bioactive builds that we have, I have a playlist right here, or the last bioactive build that we did in here, or maybe they're crisscross, I can never remember. As always, thank you so much for taking the time in your day to follow us over here at Dakota Blue Exotics. I'll see you guys next time, but until then, goodbye.